Not too many people that I know of like to hang out at the doctor's office. So I'm going to give you some good suggestions on warm-ups and exercises to create longevity in your drumming career. The first tip I'd like to give you is whenever I do gigs, I like to keep my hands warm. Keeps the blood flowing, keeps the fingers limber and everything. So maybe 10 minutes or something before I go on, I'll always soak my hands in warm water. Not scalding water, you don't burn yourself or anything, but just nice and warm water keeps the blood flowing and keeps your hands warm and loose. One thing I like to do to warm up with is play harder patterns, because I can't play them too fast, so I won't stretch any muscles the wrong way, and it gets my arms and my hands moving. So you could take something like the pas de flat-flat or any rudiment that might be difficult for you to do at first, and just practice it nice and slow. I did the same thing with the fluff-a-flam when I was first learning it. Couldn't go too fast, so it works great as a warm-up. So when you start to dissect your body, you can see what needs to function well for drumming. You got fingers, wrists, arms, legs, shoulders, pretty well everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the fingers. And you just basically want to stretch them out. It's very important that you listen to what your body says. If you feel any pains, any sharp stabbing, that means stop. So what you do is just push your fingers back, kind of stretches them out, warms them up, and then push down here. If you push down here, you're not going to get any stretch. You've got to push up on that knuckle there, and vice versa. Just, whoops, you don't want to crack them too much. Stretch them nicely. So you want to do this for about a minute or so per hand, just to get it warmed and stretched. Bit of that. Keeps them nice and warm and limber. Next, we're just going to do a few wrist stretches. You can see where the forearm muscles are connected to the wrist. You just want to go back and push it. Push on this part here. You can actually do both at the same time, which would be nice. You can do your fingers, push a bit farther, and then get your wrists. But if you're not feeling enough pull on the wrist, push down more on your hand like that, because really pushing on this part is going to stretch this forearm muscle nicely. And then forward. Remember, always listen to your body. It will speak to you when it's not enjoying what you're doing to it. So, both sides. A couple minutes each. You should be able to start to feel it being a little bit limber there. Some nice wrist twirls as well. Remember, the wrists are the motors to drumming. You don't want to lose these things. Remember, these warm-ups will help you to play at your full capacity. You want to relax physically, but don't forget to relax mentally. Next, moving down the line, we want to relax our shoulders. So just some basic arm twirls. I always do this, kind of stretches back, stretches the pecs out a bit. Make sure you're not standing near someone and knock them in the head, but, just kind of comfortably. You can feel how it stretches out. But be nice and warm in here, because like if you're moving up like that, you don't want to be hurting some shoulders or pulling some muscles and walking around in a cast for a while. So do it slowly and for a couple of minutes until you can feel the warmth coming. Working down the body, we need to stretch out our calves. All these things you could do when you're sitting behind the kit and stuff. But what if you're back in the green room and you're trying to warm up? You can't have a drum set right there. So basic lunges will help stretch out your calf muscles. Keep your legs straight. Get it nice and popped in here, and then that'll help your hamstring as well. And then you can bend your leg to really get more emphasis on your calf, and vice versa. So you want to do that for a couple minutes until you feel warmer and looser. Remember, it's just not physical relaxation, but mental as well. And for relaxing mentally, one thing I like to do is, before I do a gig, if I've seen the venue, it really helps. But to picture myself playing the gig with the bandmates, the audience, everything that might be taking place there. It kind of helps me prep emotionally for it, so that when I get into that environment, I've already been there. So it helps to relax mentally. Next is a little stick spin that I like to do. Just grabbing both your sticks in the middle so the weight is equal per side. And just doing a bit of that kind of warms up the forearm nicely. And then grabbing it and bending it a little bit further. Remember, any sharp pains means don't do that. Okay? Both hands. Good. One last stretch I would like to share with you is take your sticks like this, back to back, hold them up like this. You take one hand into your chest and down, the other hand into your chest and down. So you get twisted back. You got to be warmed before you get to this point, okay? So don't do it too quickly. And then you go up, help stretch out your arms, your lats, and then go down, but keep your legs straight. Don't bend them because it'll help for your hamstrings. Just nice and relaxed. Don't forget to breathe. And then up. Now, in getting to that position, what you want to do, your wrists might not be that flexible. So you got to kind of work them into it, because if you just go snap, crackle, pop, you could be in a lot of trouble. Just take it in, work it in. If it only goes this far, that's fine. It's just like regular stretches. After a while, it'll give. Always listening to what your arms are saying. Remember the option: warm up, play, have fun, or go hang out at the doctor's.